How's it going, boys and girls? Welcome back to episode 6 of my New York Rangers franchise mode. Alright, in the last episode we started up year 3. We played our home opener. I said we're going to sim to about the 25 game mark, but I ended up bringing it all the way to 60 games into the season. So we're about a week away from the trade deadline right now. Our team's looking good. We are first place in our division. Doesn't even matter in the league. We're first place in our division. That's all that really matters right now. We're trying to make playoffs this year. So before I started up the video, I actually went through potential trades, and I'll show you what exactly were the trades. All right, so Hayek and Hedel for Rasmus Sandin and Pierre Engvall. Here's the reason why I'd do it. So first of all, they'd be interested in Hayek and interested in giving away Sandin. Now, like I said, I wanted more of a better defenseman. I know I was trying to look for a guy who was more of a veteran. We could still potentially do that, but I have the offensive awareness and defensive awareness pretty well. 22 years old, so he's definitely going to end up being a good defensive pairing with Miller or Fox. As you can see, he fits in our top 4, so it'd be pretty good. 2 years, 1.1, so I could handle some salary there to actually re-sign Pierre Engvall for next season. I'm hoping he's going to fit in our first or second line because I end up trading Kako for a better defenseman. At least Pierre Engvall could fit in there for next season. In the meantime, we'll bring up someone. We'll try to figure something out. But I'd like to improve our defense because I know going to the playoffs, it'll help our goalie. And we still have offense from a lot of other players other than Kako. Kako's actually a minus player. Hedel's a minus player. So he would be in this deal as well just because I feel like I have a lot of third liners who could fit. Well, just players who could fit on that third line. And I think Hedel is just an asset we can move on from. He's 4 years at 2.7, so it's a good contract for them. We could definitely use that money to re-sign Engvall as well. I'm sure he's going to be more, though. That's also a reason why they want to get rid of him. So he's a minus 15. He's been a minus 2 years in a row. He's 23 years old. I feel like he could definitely play on a second line in another team. He has good chemistry with us, don't get me wrong, but it's just not working out, so hopefully on another team he could play the second line and do well there. And that team would be Toronto if he could fit there. So yeah, I think this is one of the deals. If that goes through, we would take Gunther from the Habs because he is, for whatever reason, available. He has a great shot. He's only 19, 6'3", medium elite. He looks like he's probably in the mid-70s right now, but he could definitely be an asset. Not an asset, but he could definitely end up playing our first or second line once Panarin or Zibanejad retire. So I feel like it's definitely a good acquisition. We would end up having to give Kravtsov, which he doesn't fit in our lineup, him as well. All the players I'm trading are in the minus and not producing for our team. So these are just moves I feel like we could make to help out our team moving forward and for this year. So it'd be Kravtsov in first for Gunther. Our first, if we make, I'm banking on the fact that we're going to make playoffs, so it's not going to be the best pick. It would end up being no one better than this guy. So I feel like it would definitely be worth giving the first for him. And I mean, giving up Kravtsov, like I said, he's not doing well with us, so hopefully he would turn around on the Canadiens organization. He's 6 years, 2.5, so it's a good contract for them. They could definitely afford it. And Habs always need more power forwards on their team that are good, so I feel like this would be a solid trade. So I'll show you guys now here what I'm talking about. So we would do Giroux, Panarin, and right now, okay, I'll keep Stasny, so it'll be the first line if we end up trading Kako. All right, so it'd be Zibanejad, Lafreniere. We could trade Kravtsov, and we'll bring up so we'll trade Kravtsov. We can bring up Hosang, who's doing good in the AHL. I think he's point per game about. And he'd fit perfect on that second line. So I feel like him, Zibanejad, Lafreniere would be a pretty solid line. He has 49 points in 53 games, 27 years old. He deserves to really get a chance in the NHL again just because, it's his time. I believe it's, the type of guy who's immature in his career and he's ready to go. So he would replace Kravtsov. Gunther would play in the WHL still. Hedel would be replaced by Gauthier, who we would also call up, which I have him on the second line here for now. Last line I meant, but he was playing second line minutes. 21 goals, 13 assists, 34 points. He'd be a good guy for that third line power forward, 6'4". He could play with Galchenyuk and Yarncroke. And then, our first line, I guess if we end up trading for a defenseman with Kako, we could just get one of those guys who are veterans who could, like a guy who's better than Stastny, maybe like a second, third liner in that deal as well. And you could go on that first line until we wait for Engvall next year or have a White. So it's really just the defense I need, because if we get Sandin, he would fit playing with. See, the thing is now, what do I do? Unless I add Lindgren to the trade too, because he's not doing the best either. And I mean, as good as he is, I just feel like next season he's going to want a lot of money, and I'm going to have to pay it to other people. So I would do Lindgren and Kako for a top D, and then do Miller and, it'd be Miller and a top D, aka Seth Jones, and then Adam Fox and who would it be? Who would I just say? And Sandin. So, and then Jones Murphy, good line already. All right, so let's even add a goalie to the deal. No, I think the goalie would only be an acquisition to be made next season. I'm honestly probably gonna base it just off who's doing better in save percentage and in wins and stuff. I know he plays most of the games, but if Georgiev is doing better, I'd save that money, Trade Shesterkin for someone as well. So I think I'm going to go do those trades. I think the trades have to be done. I'm not going to trade Kako and for that top D unless it's a solid deal. If anything, I'm just going to wait for the offseason. Keep Kako on that first line. I probably will do that, actually, if we're going to push for a cup. I'm probably going to do that because I think Rasmus Sandin and Lindgren would be a good enough defensive pairing so far. I could even keep Hayek since he's doing better and trade Lindgren in the deal right now, and then keep Hayek for the rest of the season, then trade him at the off season, or I don't know, because he's definitely going to be an RFA again. So let's just double check. If he's an RFA, I'd probably do Lindgren just because I feel like we're going to move on from him regardless. Yeah, so he is an RFA, so I think I'd rather just keep him. Trade Lindgren since I know he's going to probably not want to stay. Oh, he's RFA too. I just believe who's the better player. They're both 25. He's a -3. Always minus his whole career. Wasn't the best, so yeah, I'd probably trade him. Hayek actually proved he could play in our lineup, so 9 points, 22 games, AHL, 1782 last season, +3, +4 now, 4 points. So he's a good defensive defenseman to play with Adam Fox. And then I'd do Miller and Sandin for now, unless we could find a big trade like Jones. And then I'd probably have to add Hayek to the deal regardless. But for now, let's go do the Lindgren trade with Hedel for Engvall and Sandin. All right, and then we're going to go back to our lines. All right, now that I actually have Lindgren in at 3.5, they're over the salary. I don't want to retain. I could, technically, but Hayek I know would work just because he's worth less, but Hayek's just a better player, so I'd just rather him in the lineup. Let's see how much I'd have to retain. If it's just like a 25%, maybe I'll do it for 1 year. Okay, so yeah, we'll do that. All right, we'll obtain $875,000 from the deal. Hedel Lindgren for Sandin Engvall. I feel like it's just a fair trade 1-for-1. Or 2 for 2, I should say. We don't have to add any draft picks, hopefully. All right, beautiful. So trade accepted. I think it was a good deal for the both of us. I know, Kako, I know. But we get Pierre Engvall for next season. Still pretty solid forward. He was 92 offensive awareness. I think he's about like a 80, mid 80, 87, something like that. Probably not 87, like 85, 86. All right, so now we have to call up our players. All right. All right, so we're going to go grab Hosang and Gauthier. But right now, we'll just do Gauthier first until we trade Kravtsov. Galchenyuk, Yarncroak, and Gauthier. I'm going to put Kako back in the lineup for now because I'm not liking how weak the first line looks. But even Kako, that's the thing. I feel like if we could get him for Seth Jones or a good... Thing is with Seth Jones, he doesn't fit in our lineup, but that's why I could potentially wait off in the season, then go for hopefully a defense who could fit on our first line, defensive defenseman preferably. A solid one at that, obviously, because I'm trading away Kako, but 22 years old, it's his 4th season. He's doing good, don't get me wrong. He's not like not producing, but he's playing with Panarin and Giroux and minus 13, 40 points, like 48 points the season before that, 52, 20, like just hasn't been the steadiest career so far. So I feel like he could probably fit on a different team while we rock Wright and Panarin and probably Engvall. So hopefully he could fit on that first line. It'd be perfect. All right, so I'll put Sandin here. Fits on all 4, so come on. Damn, he's more of a last line. Which makes it a +1 instead of a +5. You know what? That's not bad, though. We'll do Hayek and Fox, Miller, Sandin. I really hope that worked out in our favor. Unless what I do is put Sandin for Murphy. No, I wouldn't want to do that. It's too bad because he definitely fits better on... I mean, I could probably try this. We could try this. I'll try to give him more, maybe a power play or penalty kill. But I'll try this, all right? Then we'll keep this. Boom. Trade Kravtsov for the Gunter. Or I'll wait for the deadline for that one. Okay? Because if we start to lose, I don't want to trade my first. I mean, we still get... No, I wouldn't want to trade my first if we go that far. Forget it. We could potentially trade Shesterkin or something in the offseason or something like that. All right, so I think we're good. I'm going to sim a bit. Or if I do Crab in 2 seconds, let's just say. Would that work? If something like that could work, then I'll try it. Kravtsov in 2 seconds for Gunther. Still a solid deal for them, to be honest. He's a good prospect, don't get me wrong. 9th overall pick, but they get a solid forward who could play right now for their team. A team that's doing well. And 2 seconds. And second round picks are still good players. You get 2 of those. So let's try that. Reject it. Alright, alright. Maybe just add a little bit more. Maybe like a 4th round pick, alright? And close the fair value. Damn. 2 fourths. Alright. 4 and 4. Alright. So there it is. Kravtsov, 2 seconds, 2 fourths. And we get ourselves a top prospect. Alright, so Hosang with Zibanejad Lafreniere now. So +3. It's still good. Alright, so +5 on that third. +3, +3. I'm just thinking now, Giroux Panarin, do I go do the move now? That'll be right. Let's go check. All right, do we go for a guy like Seth Jones? 6 years, 7 mil. 5 years, 7 mil. 28. Worst case, I mean, if he really didn't start doing well with us, we could always trade him again, but he's good, and I'm hoping he could just do well on our team. So what I'm going to do, make it kind of like a three-way deal, all right? Not necessarily because nothing's happening between Toronto and Columbus, but I traded Sandin and Engvall for Lindgren and Hedel. Sandin, like we saw, didn't really fit too well in our lineups, so I know Jones is going to be probably worse than him, but Seth Jones, Rasmus Sandin, two completely different players, one way better than the other, so I'll add him to this deal. I know they don't want him, but it's definitely a replacement, so you get something. I'd do Sandin. I'd probably add Kako. All right. So I'd probably do something like a Rasmus Sandin and a first for Seth Jones. Like I said, I didn't necessarily want to get rid of my first, but if we're going to go for a solid team, we have to get rid of draft picks. I mean, we get rid of our first, we have literally 2/3, 2/4, but we sacrifice. We still have some solid prospects coming up, so I'm not even worried. I think it's worth it to do this first and Sandin for Jones. I think we'll end up making playoffs. I'm banking that we will, so I'm going to pull the trigger. Rasmus Sandin and a first for Seth Jones. All right. Wow. All right. All right. All right. What else do you guys want? Sandin, first, Altonen for Seth Jones. So prospect, a draft pick. And I mean, like, Rasmus Sandin isn't really a prospect anymore, but he's still young, so it replaces Jones. Makes sense. A guy like Seth Jones, you got to pay the price, right? All right, let's do it. We'll do draft picks. We'll just add a fourth. All right. Will that go through? Maybe next year's fourth, too. Or third. All right. Fourth and a third. Jones for Sandin, a first, and Altonen. Okay, let's take away the fourth. Okay, let's just do this. All right. So they still don't want to do that. Wow. All right. So it doesn't look like Seth Jones is going to happen, boys. Is it meant to be, maybe? Yeah, I think we're going to hold off on the trading right now. I'll keep Rasmus Sandin. I'll play him, I don't know, on the third line, I guess. Or I could play him on the first or second. I don't want to break up that third line. They're doing well. I'll do Fox. I'll do this. All right. We'll put Sandin. We'll do this. +3/+3. It's not bad. Maybe I could even add a forward. I'll keep that one to +5. We'll just put Miller there. Keep Fox on that first line. Unless I do Fox Miller. It's +3/+3. And then I'll do Jones. And we'll bring up a forward Hosang maybe. Will be solid. There we go. +3/+3. Or I could do +5/+3. Let's do that. All right. Hosang, Miller, Zibanejad, Lafreniere. What's his 65 faceoffs? Unless I do Giroux. There we go. Because he could actually win some draws. Zibanejad at the point. And we'll do Yarncroke. We'll do this. You get 78 faceoffs. Good enough. All right. Penalty kill. Gives Zibanejad more time. Smith, Sandin. That's good. That works for me, this. All right. And not Gauthier. We'll put Zibanejad. All right. Beautiful. So let's go to the trade deadline, and we'll see if there's anyone we could do last second. Pull the trigger on, then we'll do it. But for now, we will just sim to the deadline. I could always add my goalie to one of the trades. It's for the Yossi. No, not Yossi. It'd be Zach Jones, if anything. Yeah, no, I'm not giving up right. No chance. I need to take him off the block. We will be conservative buyers, all right? Enter trade deadline. All right. So Seth Jones, Torrey Krug, Ryan Ellis, Cody Glass, Brett Pesci for Georgiev. It's not a bad offer, but it's not an offer I think I'm going to take. Yeah, he's not doing too well. Listen, if there is a player, I don't want to. Damn, man, I want Seth Jones. I wish he fit in our lineup though. Parayko, defensive defenseman, first round pick. They want a first line forward. Yeah, I can't do this. First line forward. First round draft pick. That's it. Just a first round draft pick. I guess with the cap hit. Ryan Ellis. Let's see. All defensive pairings. Okay, so he fits. He'd be solid actually too. 32. 6 mil. If I could retain. Okay, you know what? We're going to try for Ryan Ellis. We'll do Dallas' second, alright? Let's try this. Okay, not whatsoever. Boys, I'm stuck. I don't know what to do. Unless I just put Hewitt. A prospect goalie. Alright, that's what they're gonna get. A prospect goalie and Sandin for Ellis. And a first. Second round pick. How is it not whatsoever? Like, it makes no sense. Oh my god, now Ellis is all of a sudden not on the trade block? And, okay, we accepted it though. Sick. First, Sandin and Hewitt for Ryan Ellis and... Who was it? And a third. Jaden Schwartz to Colorado. Ryan Ellis to New York. Sandin to Carolina. Nick Ritchie to Calgary. Brett Pesci to LA. Ryan Graves to Chicago. Washington gets Jared McCann. Wow. Pollock to Dallas. Gunter to the okay, and that's it. All right. Cool. So Rasmus Sandin got traded twice in 2 days, or something like that, in a week. All right. So the lines after the trade deadline, we have Panarin, Giroux, Kakko. I'm definitely going to decide to keep him for the rest of the season. I'm not going to make any quick decisions with him, so that's going to stay our first line. Lafreniere, Zibanejad, Hosang, now that Kravtsov is gone. Gauthier, Yarncroc, Galchenyuk, now that Heedle's gone. So it's 2 AHL players we bring up, but I think with the defensive improvements, it's going to help our team regardless. And it's not like they're just regular AHL players. They're still point per game in the AHL and a power forward who got 30 to about 20 goals in 50 games. So definitely solid players. McEwen, Shaw, Smith stays the same. Miller, Ellis, Fox, Hayek, Zach Jones, Murphy. So Ellis was a serious acquisition. We ended up trading for Sandin and traded Sandin for Ellis with a first and a goalie prospect. Our power play. I'm actually going to put... Ooh, where's Adam Fox right now? What? We got to take Hosang out. Or we'll take Galchenyuk out. As good as Chucky is, I'm going to take him out. You got to have Adam Fox. No chance. How did I forget about him? Beautiful. So it'll be that plus 3 plus 5. So Fox, Kakko, Panarin, Zibanejad, Lafreniere, Giroux, Yarncroc, Hosang, Miller, and Jones. 4-man power play looks like this. Penalty kill, boom, and then goalies. We're not going to... I didn't decide to trade any of them just yet as well. We'll see how Shesterkin does now. And I guess Georgiev with our new and improved defense. And at the end of the season, we'll look to trade one. I'm going to go 5 games, boys. We're going to go 5 games at a time. I liked it like that. All right, so sim to Pittsburgh. 5-0 OT win. 5-4 OT win, sorry. 3-2 shootout. 3-2 L. Okay. 2-1 win. Fired coach from the Edmonton Oilers. Keandre Miller, mild concussion. That's not good. 6-1 win, so that's huge. Yeah, we're going to put Jeremy Roy in his place. Let's just double check. Yeah, it's definitely him. It's the only defense we have. So, perfect. He'll play. I'll keep him on that first line. I don't mind. Miller back is going to be better. -4 for Jeremy Roy. That's not good. Which means Ellis has been a minus with us. Come on. Oh, no. He's a 0. Okay. We'll continue. We'll go game by game right now, right? This many. 7-2 win. Beautiful. 2-1 loss. Okay. 2 wins in a row here, boys. Come on. Wow. Of course. Ryan Ellis gets injured. Sick. Not the guy I wanted to get injured because we have an offensive defenseman now. We'll do Fox this. Bring up Zach Jones. See how he does. Okay, Ryan Ellis back. Nice. I'm going to wait. 7-6 win. Huge. Probably one more until he's fully healed. 4-2 win. Huge, boys. That's what I want to see. Ellis is recovered. Another one. 4-3 win. Loving this. Oh, I just claimed someone. That's so annoying. Mark Pissick. Alright, whatever. Let's continue. Another one. Huge, boys. Another one. Okay, an L. Oh, we clinched, though. Yeah, baby. We clinched. 8-2 win. That's it. Let's get 50. 5-3 win. That's it, boys. 50 wins in the season. That's huge. Alright, so we're up against the Devils. I'm going to go look through points, the playoff tree. We're going to end it off there. Alright, so forwards, 88 points in 82 games, -2. But what do you want to do? Wow, that rhymed. Cool. 80 points for Zabinajad. 39 goals. Huge. 77 for Lafreniere. -3. Giroux, 73 points. -2. I'll take it. Kako actually ended up going plus ever since we kept him. 67 points. Okay. Showing us a reason not to trade him, right? Yarncroak, 59. Galchenyuk, 36. Wow, Yarncroak killed it. Power play points, though. Huge. Killed it there. Galchenyuk with 36. Yeah, he remains a third line. Definitely replaceable player, but perfect for now. Andrew Shaw, 26. Giovanni Smith, sorry, with 25. And Zach McEwen with 22. Hosang, 14 and 22. Okay, -5, but pretty good. Gauthier, 7 and 22, +8, so it's solid. So that third line became a plus line instead of a minus now. Miller, 58 points, +8. That's huge. 48 points for Fox, -23. Ryan Ellis, 39. Zach Jones, 23. Murphy, 15. Hayek. Yeah. He's someone we're definitely going to replace next season. It'll be Ellis, Miller, Fox, and a defensive defenseman. Hopefully Ellis Miller could be our second line, even though Miller killed it. But if we get a solid defensive defenseman, Fox is going to look good. Goalies. Okay, we'll see by playoffs now, but Georgiev looking like the better goalie. Well, I mean, his goal against average is less. Well, we'll see. We will see. All right. Let's go around the league. Best save percentage. Martin Jones, Sorokin, Kadobin, okay, Helbiak, all right. Or Hellebuck, Carter Hart, Lehner. All right. A lot of 91s. Defense, John Carlson, another killer season. He had 99 last season, 87 this season. Sergachev, nice. Doughty, Jones, okay. Chychrun, Heiskanen, Hannafin, Ekblad, Miller, killed it. Hedman, Barry, McAvoy, McCarr. So a lot of good defensemen in the league. Forwards, holy moly. Tyler Seguin with 120 points. Patrick Kane, 110. Taylor Hall, 108. DeBrincat, 108. Nice. Forsberg, 103. Stamkos, 101. So that's 6 players in the 100 points. Huberdeau, Kucherov, Barkov, Connor, all 90s. Strome, McKinnon, Rantanen, Ovechkin, Scheifele, Eichel, Kuznetsov, and then it drops from there. But these are still point per game players. This is a crazy league right now, boys. Goals, you have Kane at 56, Ovechkin 54, Sagan 53. So a lot of 50. Well, a lot. Yeah, still a lot, honestly. 3 players getting 50 plus goals. It's quite a bit in a season. Assist, 83 assists for Forsberg. Wow, what a line that is. Forsberg and Sagan. Rookie skaters. Let's see this. Morozov, 60 points. All right. Proving to be a franchise. Turcotte right behind him on that same team. Elvins, no clue what this guy is. Did well, though. All right, and that's basically it. Sontag, 29 points. So he ended up playing this season for Detroit. That's basically it. Zach Jones, 23 assists, points, 5 goals, 18 assists. That's solid. All right, so the playoff tree. You got Winnipeg, Colorado, Chicago against St. Louis, Vegas versus LA, San Jose versus Dallas. I'm going to call Dallas moving on there just because of that line. Maybe Chicago moving on as well, and Colorado. Well, actually, even Winnipeg had some solid players too. This is going to be a crazy series. Carolina, Columbus, New York, New Jersey. If we play Columbus, that'd be cool. Montreal, Tampa Bay, and Toronto versus Philadelphia. All right, boys. So we're going to end off the video there. We went 50, 30, and 2, 8 and 2 in our last 10. We ended up getting first in our, not just division, but the whole Eastern Conference. So that's solid. So in the next video, we're going to start with the playoffs. This is going to be the first time we actually make the playoffs. So it's going to be an interesting video, all right? So like, comment, and subscribe. All of those definitely help the channel grow. And apart from that, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace.